The following podcast may contain adult language, spoilers, and truth. A whole lot of truth. Enjoy.
I'm
assuming your burial page is a lot longer.
No, actually, they're about even. Although the people
That's what
that
she
are
said.
over me, the people that are over with me, there's less to talk about.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Safe House, episode 7. 7 being the number of Jesus. I am your host, Kirby Mack, professional wrestler extraordinaire, the best professional wrestler you have never heard of. And with me is my Andy Richter, my giant ER. This is kind of the first ever Safe House Roundtable. It's a concept that I believe you probably thought of. I don't remember.
Landell.
You were Landell. This is the first time we're going to do it. We've talked about it, but we're finally going to do it. I got to lose this. I'll have to just remind me not to turn too hard.
Okay.
All right. And with me is Thomas Simpson, the final act. This is, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, part 7. Right?
Okay.
Thomas has, sent us a letter here at the Safe House World headquarters asking to have a final act, a rebuttal, so to speak, of his 2-part Safe House after talking with our lawyers and really just ER.
Yeah.
We've decided that it's okay and we're going to do it. So I present to you Thomas Simpson, Act 3. Okay. Thomas, let's start off by asking, you knew there was going to be some kind of backlash from your appearance on the Safe House, and I knew there was going to be some kind of residual heat that I was going to catch as well. Let's start, what happened when part 2 came out?
It was part 1 that was what got Jeff Lewis in a stir.
Yeah, part 1's what got Jeff Lewis in a
They
stir.
got him in a stir, and he got all upset and sending you text messages and ER text messages and stuff. And he doesn't have my number, so he didn't send me. He's calling Ricky Regal, wanting to be on his radio show and stuff. And so I put out on your Facebooks and stuff. And Jeff was in Union last night at Trans-South Wrestling Show, so I told him he wanted to come talk to me.
Before we get into it, to make it clear, what happened was we were talking about Far City Days. And you were talking about booking AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And
Jeff didn't want to. Jeff was questioned me on why I wanted Jeff to put AJ over.
right. Now I spoke to Jeff, and Jeff assures me that that never happened. However, knowing Jeff Lewis like I do, and I asked everyone this the same way. They asked me about it, and I said, well, whether it happened or not, let's not argue that fact. Let's just look at, you know Jeff Lewis. Knowing Jeff Lewis like you do, do you really think that didn't happen? And then they're like, well, you're right. Jeff probably did ask that.
Yeah,
so,
even Britt Michaels sent me a text message saying, I had the same problem with Jeff when he worked for Wildside.
Yeah.
Jeff didn't want to put people over.
Okay.
Jeff was talking with Deion Johnson last Sunday in KC Thunders about the show on Saturday night, last night Union. He was talking about not wanting to put him over clean. I mean, this is something that Jeff Lewis has always done.
I get a call.
Remember when he and you were wrestling up in Gastonia for Perry James, that piece of shit?
I was just about to talk about that. I got a call.
Yeah, that motherfucker didn't want to put you over that night either.
I got a call from Norton Lewis, and he was talking to me about the Safe House, and he said he really, really enjoyed part 1 with you because he learned a lot that he didn't know, and a lot of people learned a lot about you from that, myself included. And he said, look, I know a lot of people are jumping on you and you're catching heat for doing this, but keep doing it, man, because it's a really good show, and a lot of people really enjoy it. And then he went on to say, you do realize that that night I made Jeff Lewis put you over, he still has never forgiven me for that. And apparently he brings it up to Norton every time they talk.
I think Norton's very nice to be, to not bitch so much about me putting him out of business when I started running I caused enough trouble with his promotion.
Mm-hmm.
What was he running, UWF? I caused enough trouble with Vinny and Mike and all those guys because Norton was talking shit behind my back. And by the way, this is T-Dog HG Day. This is not the nice Thomas Simpson guy. So, Norton, I caused him trouble with his business and caused a bunch of shit with him. And then when he ended up running NCW, he tried to keep my guardrails. I'd let Donovan Cruz, Donovan Loftus bar those guardrails. And so when Norton took over, then when he shut down, he said, no, those were his guardrails. He'd bought them from Donovan. Well, hell, Donovan I'd let borrow. So Donovan pulled a scam on him. And
he sold borrowed.
Donovan got to eat guardrails because Norton didn't change the locks and stuff. So Donovan had some stuff in there. So he got my guardrails. So I sold them to Cruz Lewis, except one Jeff bent. For the Omega show. I gotta take that to Jeff.
Still have that?
Yeah, I said Mom and Daddy.
Oh, that's good.
I gotta take it to Jeff sometime. But yeah, man, I got those. I sold them to Cruiser because I was never using them again. So yeah, Donovan got those for me. I always liked Donovan, I tried to help him with NCW, and the fat ass Boomer Pain, this piece of shit. This motherfucking good bastard. This bitch.
I love Boomer.
Well, you might love Boomer, but he's a shitbag. He's just like everybody else from fucking Pittsburgh. He's no good. Alright, so this motherfucker, he didn't want me to help the fucking fat ass and crazy JC Daz and the Scotty Wren. These bitches didn't want me to help. Donovan wanted me to come out. It was right after stuff with Michael Judas and them. Right, they went on. And then they wanted me to come, but no, they didn't want to. They could do it. They could handle it all. Well, yeah, they handled it all and ran it right into the fucking ground. Okay, so fuck those guys.
All right, let's get back on track. All right, so part one comes out.
I told you T-Dog ain't cheese here today.
Part one.
And I'm not even drinking.
Part one comes out. You tell a little story about Jeff Lewis. That gets the prima donna Jeff. that gets your girl Jeff in a stir.
It really did, because as soon as part one came out, Jeff watched it, and then his biggest fear was, well, there's going to be a part two. And I guess
still talking about the bitch.
Part one was, I guess, kind of looked off as a cliffhanger with Jeff, and so I mean, really, he was worried about how bad part two was going to be.
No, it's part three.
Was he worried about? Because I know some of his old ex-girlfriends and shit, and I can talk some shit about that. I'm not going to talk about that.
I think. Well, I mean, really, because I know everyone has their own thoughts of Jeff, and I will say this to everyone. I mean, Jeff is like a second brother to me, along the lines of Kirby.
Third brother.
Third, yeah.
I wouldn't even count him as a fucking cousin if I was.
Jeff has changed over the years. He had, because I remember, when you first meet Jeff.
If he was as great as he thought he was, he'd have been working for Vince.
Let me say this:
Dixie,
life humbled Jeff.
Well, exactly.
That's what it was.
Jeff. He had some personal things come up, and had some hard times. That, yeah. I think Jeff was able to take a step back and reevaluate things. And Jeff is on a right path now. He's got a good job with the radio station.
I think he's a good personality on the radio.
He's great.
I think he's a good personality on the radio.
He really is. And because it's still, instead of just being Jeff Lewis, he's now Jeff Lewis Neal. Mm-hmm. It's the same Jeff that you'll see out at the bars or at a show. And I was talking to Jeff yesterday about the whole union thing. And he doesn't have, and I kind of laughed at this. He said, I don't have a giant ego. I'm just overly self-confident. And I know that he has a tendency, because we brought up Oscar.
Not wanting to put over people as being a bitch.
Now,
period.
And that's
Jeff just has a way, he'll rub someone the wrong way sometimes.
And that's
like
a topic that me and Mike Madden touched on yesterday. It's like, in this business, especially wrestling business, you have to be confident. Mm-hmm. If you don't exude confidence, the fans will eat you up.
And the guys in the locker room are going to kill you even worse.
But I asked him, so how do you walk that fine line between having confidence and then just being a douchebag? And Mike put it really well. Well, it's having confidence out there. When you come back here, I'm Michael Madden. It's a switch. You turn it on, you turn it off. And I don't think Jeff has the ability to turn it off in certain situations.
And he been.
Jeff is Jeff. What you see out in the ring, the over to the top charisma, the showboating. That's Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't think there is a way to turn it on or off. Is Jeff Lewis Neal in the ring? Is Jeff Lewis Neal at the radio station? Jeff Lewis Neal is out on the street. That is Jeff. And some people don't know how to take that.
Yeah. I know I've always butted heads.
I know a lot of people, butt heads. I know.
Oh, God knows I have.
Well, say exactly. And it's, once again, going back to Oscar, very few people could stand to be around Oscar because of how everyone hated Oscar. And I was friends with Oscar for a long time, and I wanted to kill him, 75% of the time.
See, he always made me laugh.
Well, but it's...
Well,
he made huge laugh. Exactly.
Who's a mark for who?
Oscar was
for me?
For you, yes,
Why?
Lord, yes. He wanted jump on you all the time, because he would name drop the Hardys and then plant a seed for you to tell a story, and then it was.
I tell good stories.
Well, I know it, but it's I don't know. I don't know where I'm trying to get at. It's just
I don't either.
Yeah, I'm just rambling. Yeah, okay. Let's move on.
Well, you get people with egos, and I mean it's.
So, have you had any direct contact, conversation with Jeff via Facebook, text, or anything? Or has it just been through me through ER? It's
through y'all. He doesn't have my number for one. I offered him if he wanted to come talk to me face to face, and he did.
Now, he didn't because I guess he realizes that he wouldn't be able to contain his temper.
Well, yes. I mean, it's Admiral Akbar. It's a trap, and he knew if y'all got into it, he didn't want to be in a situation that you guys would get heated at each other. I really think Jeff would much rather talk things out and
video camera.
the nanny cam, little teddy bear
Viral,
save it for the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It's Jeff doesn't he creates heat. But he doesn't like it, and so Jeff wants to squash it.
And that's the bad thing with me because I don't.
Well, that's a catch-22 to put yourself in. You can't create it but not like it.
And whereas you got me who eats it up.
You feed off.
You feed off of it.
Jeez.
Damn piranha.
You're like a plant with water.
You're like the Audrey tooth from Little Shop of Horrors.
You that right?
Yeah,
you're like a sorority sister.
Feed me, bitches.
Yeah,
you're like a sorority sister. What are you like? What are you, the gay Ryback? Feed me more. Dude, you could be. That's a great gimmick. You got the bald head and everything. Although you're not gay, though. That's the problem.
Okay.
You need to switch up that gimmick a little bit.
Sure. Okay. No problem.
All right. So you have a list, Thomas.
Okay. Yeah.
Are we done? Are we done mashing Jeff Lewis?
Oh God, I hope.
No, are you? That's what I'm asking you.
I don't have anything else to say. I think I've said enough. I mean, I'll just say this though. Apparently, he's told he wanted to come on your show and talk about some shit about me, and then he's talking about Ricky Regal and he's wanted to talk about shit that.
That's a lie. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Well, Jeff, he's want to come and lie.
I told him, Jeff, and I'll say this again, you're more than welcome to come on my show. As a matter of fact, I want you on my show. People want you on my show.
Well, absolutely. I want to watch this.
I want you on it. You're going to be on it. But I want you to realize that the Safe House, the concept is built around truth. So I don't need you just putting out fake allegations where you're slandering a man's name. If you have something that you can honestly say that is truthful about Thomas, please by all means say it. But don't come on here and call the man a pedophile when clearly he's not.
And on top of it, if you could tell people I'm an asshole, I mean, everybody knows this.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Right.
Everybody knows this. These are things that people know.
I think Jeff just wants his side aired.
Yeah, he wants to say that he never. If he would, I mean, it's just like somebody who somebody made a comment on my Facebook that somebody I had implied last time was using gas, right? That was gassed up, okay, which means if people don't know, it's using steroids, right? And they came on my Facebook and said, oh no, this person works hard, whatnot, and does whatever. When I know you're a motherfucking dealer, when I know who you buy your motherfucking gas from, I'm sorry, you kayfabe your friends, kayfabe your family. If you want to. But when I know who you buy your motherfucking steroids from, and I know who several people, and I know pretty much who everybody get their steroids from. When I know this shit, don't try to come tell me, oh, so-and-so ain't on gas. I know that motherfuckers are on gas because I know who they buy their fucking gas from and where the motherfuckers get it from.
You make a point.
Yeah.
Okay? So you can try to kayfabe everybody you want to about the steroids, even though you might be one of the backing boys. But motherfucker, I know where you get it from. I know where you've gotten it from every time. I know who sells it to you because I have helped facilitate such things before.
Yeah,
I have.
you have.
Okay, so you ain't telling me nothing. So stop lying, bitches. Just tell the truth.
Hey, it is what it is. Everyone knows steroids are almost a necessary evil in this business.
Well, it is.
And as Thomas said, and I'll be the first to admit it, I did a cycle or two back when I first started. Now, granted, I'm going to be honest, I looked freaking awesome when I was on it.
You did.
But to me...
And then you kept on eating fucking lettuce and shit and wouldn't eat
But to me, that's what I'm saying. And maybe it's because I didn't follow the right regimen. But as soon as I was off, I lost everything. So I just felt like it was a waste of money.
And that's like the people that do it. This one person in particular will get all bulked up and gassed out when they come off
yeah, but
and they're small.
But
I know who they buy it from. So I mean, you can try to kayfabe everybody, but I know who you buy from, bitch.
Sure. But it was like me and TJ. We were always under the mindset we're not gonna lie about it. So when someone would ask TJ, "Oh man, you look good. What are you doing?" TJ would say, "I'm on gas." Why lie about it?
I agree. I totally agree. I never lied about y'all being on gas or getting y'all gas or anything like that. I never lied about it.
It's like somebody that we know. I really don't want to stooge him out because he's a great guy and I like him. So I'm not going to put his name out there, but all three of us know him very well. And he was always out of shape. Then he leaves one place and goes to another place, and he's freaking awesome, especially for his age. And he just tries to deny it. It's like, dude, we all know you're on it.
I think that's the one we're talking about that I'm talking about because I know who he buys from.
I don't know.
I think I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about.
It's different from who you're thinking of.
I'm talking about, he was a promoter at one point.
He was a promoter?
You want to whisper in his ear?
Who was that promoter?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. We're going to do the gimmick.
See, I don't know.
But to me, you can always tell when a guy's on the gas because when they shake your hand, you're like, "Oh, you look great," and they're overly, overly humble about it. They're overly humble about it. So you look great. It's like, "Oh,
thank you, brother.
Thanks, hard work.
Thank you, man."
Oh, you're on the gas.
It's that nice guy at the gym.
You're on the gas. It's a necessary evil in the business. We all do it. There's so many people that do it. They just don't admit it.
Yeah, especially when you're that age too. That's the only way.
Just don't do it wrong. Yeah. Thomas has been doing steroids for years now.
And look at this. I mean, he's injecting into his stomach.
Yeah, there's my bags over here with my little needle.
That was always the worst part. Although I finally got to where I could stick myself.
Didn't Edie try to the first time go Michael Myers on your ass trying to
in my butt.
He was going to try stabbing with
first.
That's awesome.
And it hurts because you can't sit after.
But
she was going to do it for me because I was terrified. And instead of she had it a knife and she goes, "Zah!" And I see it coming and I go, "No, what are you doing?"
Thank God occupational therapy.
Talk about exposing yourself.
She doesn't have to.
Talk about exposing yourself. This one's gonna rattle some cages. Look at that.
That's right. It's 10 minutes
in an open public forum.
Well, like you said, it's a necessary evil. I remember watching it.
Who cares, right?
I think it was the
I don't recommend it for anybody.
It was the interview we're sitting with Edge and Christian and talking about steroids because I think it was right after the whole Benoit thing. And Edge is, I did it. Yeah. And then Christian, how about you? No, I don't want to talk about that. Why?
Right.
Everyone knows.
Here's the thing. God knows the steroid's probably the least thing that Adam needed to talk about.
Here's the thing. Here's my thing. I've done it. They work great. You look phenomenal. And I think if done right and taken in the right dosage and not over abusing them, it can help you. And you can take it. But when people ask me, I just tell them it's not worth it because I really feel like it's a waste of time or not a waste of money because you gain 15 pounds, and then as soon as you're off, you lose 10 of it.
You can't go off it.
No, you have to stay off it. I remember...
You know who my friend is who was on them forever.
Yeah,
I mean, for 10 years.
Guy I'm thinking about, he told me...
10 years. He never went off.
He told me... oh, no, wait, we might think about someone else, but this other guy, I remember riding around in his Hummer.
That's him.
Yeah, okay.
That's him.
And I was asking him his thoughts on it. He goes, look, you just have to do it right. He goes, but the thing is, you have to always be on him. He goes, I'm always on him all the time. That's why I look this good. And this guy, with his frame and his size and everything, his body should not look the way he did.
He should weigh
It's like wearing Mysterio. It's like you don't.
you don't
And he
need to
was
be
when he
200
started working for me 15 years ago.
He was on there.
No, he
didn't
go out.
he
No
didn't
way.
go until he
Yeah.
went to
So like his second run. In
no,
the
the
Fed.
first run.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He looks great, but what can you do?
It's just, I mean, catch-22.
It is a catch-22.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
So I think that covers all the heat from the first 2 episodes.
Well, you had that, and I was gonna say, like, I thought.
Who else?
Let me ask you this, and I say this in the episode before this one with Mike Madden. I thought that Brady Pierce, Billy Brash, John Schuyler, and Stephen Walters, I thought they handled it very well.
They took it the right way.
They took it right way. It was your opinion of them, and they didn't get all up in arms.
They understood.
Now, the other guys who took it the wrong way were Crucifix and Cutshaw, or Ross Vegas, who threatened to beat me up because of what you said. They want to beat me up.
Well, why wouldn't they want to beat me up?
But here's my...
Because they're scared of me.
Here's my thing, and like...
Y'all are pussies, boys.
Here's my thing, and everyone knows where my feelings are towards you guys. Like, Vegas, I really don't have any feelings towards you whatsoever. It's like, you attacked me, whatever, we had fun going back and forth. It is what it is.
You've never drawn a fucking dime in your life.
Here's my thing, though, with like Crucifix.
Ain't either.
Everyone I talk to about this guy knows there's something off.
Oh, there
this guy's head.
Oh, there he is.
Everyone agrees.
And which
Chris,
one is it?
there's something wrong, Chris. There's something wrong.
Oh, no.
Well, that's good for you. But what I'm saying is,
I
like the best thing is,
nice guy.
after you had said your piece and I said whatever I said about him, he goes on Facebook, and here's how he defends himself. If I am such a horrible wrestler, why are you always talking about me? And how come I got to work for the WWE? And why am I ranked number 4 something in the PWI 500? And I was like, wait a minute. Now you're just showing how big of a mark you are. One, you worked for Vince because Viper got you there. Viper, the only reason you got it was because they asked Viper.
How many times have you worked for Vince?
Once.
No, how many times have you worked for Vince?
Like, I don't know, 5 or 6?
Okay.
And if you want to go ahead and expose it,
0.
you worked for Vince because Viper got you there, and then a week later you went ahead and stabbed him in the back and went down and worked for a rival promotion. But let's go ahead and call a spade because you were just so overly nervous when you did work for Vince that when me and you were working in the ring, you botched an arm drag.
Damn. Really?
I had to grab him and say, all right, calm down, kid, calm down.
Was this
and
the
with
last
Armstrong
time?
reffing, he's like, all right, breathe, kid.
Was this when you worked with Ryback?
Yeah.
It was the Greenville show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, sorry, I got on a little tangent, but what I'm saying is, if you're using...
in there too?
Yeah. If you're
No,
using doing an enhancement, you didn't even do anything actually. You just showed up and got paid, which whatever it is, what it is. If you're using that and then you're ranking in the PWI to prove that you're talented and that you're a good worker, you clearly don't know anything.
Now, how did he get in the PWI? He sent
He sent a picture of
now,
him.
see, the nice thing is when I remember the first time y'all went there, they contacted me about getting y'all in.
I'm gonna be as honest as possible. The first couple times when I got the PWI, yes, I marked out. Yes, I own the magazines that I'm in because that's an accomplishment to me in my career. Absolutely.
That's what Crucifix is saying the same thing though.
But no,
he's proud of being in there.
As you should be, but don't use it as a testament to. It's not real. You're not the best in the world because you're on it. But what I'm trying to say is, I never ever sent my stuff into the PWI. So I don't know how I got on there, but I was on.
Because you were doing
shows
that you people were recognized for.
The first time I sent it, I said
you said they
the
contacted
first time. Well, they did. They asked me who's the people to put in there. I said, you got, what about these Smack guys? I said, yeah.
Well, look at it this way. I mean, I don't know, has Crucifix ever been ranked before?
No, I think this is his
Well,
first time.
say exactly. So just remember how when you and TJ first got in, you were excited about it. That's how he feels.
I'm not crapping on the guy being excited and being proud of it. I'm just saying, if you want to argue, if you want to have, if not an argument, but if you want to argue, if you want to debate something with me, you can't use that as evidence as saying, I'm a very good worker because I'm 456 in the PWI. It doesn't matter. Mack Truck's been in the PWI.
Listen, they used to have
Vladimir
Koloff years and years and years ago. Used to send Bill Apter $100 bill with his stuff to get a picture and stuff in the PWI 500. And I know that for a fact.
Michael Judas was in this year's PWI, and he hasn't worked in a year, and he hasn't worked as Michael Judas.
I mean, that's some work.
2 years after Ricky Landell quit, Ricky Landell was listed
still in it, yeah.
higher than me in the PWI.
I mean, they used to be this guy in the
you can't say the PWI
watch out. That was Jamie Tucker under a gimmick.
Under a gimmick. Now, I mean, because I always heard the stories. I don't know. Is it a Sandra or a Brenda or something that you contacted that worked at the PWI office? Brandy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brandy Mankiewicz.
That's it.
Yeah.
And if you greased her palms and warmed up to her, it's like shit.
If she thought you were good looking, then she would do too. I mean,
let me just go on record as saying he should be proud of it. It is an accomplishment. He should be excited, especially for the first time, because I think as wrestlers, that's one of the main goals we all have, to be listed in the PWI 500. But don't use that as a way to try and say, I am talented.
Well, I think he's looking at it as an accomplishment because he got his name in
it's
that.
An accomplishment.
My name's never been in PWI. I'd mark out for it.
You taking a punch from me and bumping is an accomplishment too.
I've never been to PWI 500.
Well, see,
I've been a New York Times bestseller, but I've never been to PWI 500. So I mean, fuck that shit. That's a mark shit. You know, damn. But fuck it. Fuck it. I don't know. Fuck it. Fuck Christopher.
I was just saying, would you like me to toot the horn, or do you want to keep tooting it for you?
I was going to say.
I'm just kidding. Hey, while we're at it, before we go down your list, me and you all were talking about this last night, and
I want to know because burial in its underline.
Scratch that one out. And I want to know because you've got more of a memory, and we talked about your memory and how incredible it was of this or not. And you can tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I did the Mike Madden interview, and I did the name drop, and Madden put ER over as he should. He really well worded it. He said ER's voice was like vocal chocolate. He said that when
I named the gold standard.
No, I know. Listen. He said that, and this is true. He said that when ER announces your name, when you hear him say your name, you feel like a superstar. And that's true. But here's my question. I think ER broke ground and paved the way for announcers in this area to take traveling bookings and not just stay at one area. I never knew of an announcer to get called from other promotions and have a different booking every week, a different paid booking every week until Eddie Rich. Is that true?
Yeah.
I think Eddie Rich paved the ground for Bill Hazelwood and Brent Wolverton and...
Are you the reason for Hazelwood?
Hey, Bill was actually...
But he wasn't traveling.
Bill wasn't traveling. When I first... broke in.
Because he didn't know he could until you did it.
I thought that Bill Hazelwood was like the real president of APW. I needed to go talk to Bill Hazelwood and see about training.
I wouldn't piss on that motherfucker. Fuck that piece of garbage.
He'll be on the safe house.
Yeah. Well, see, and me and Bill's had our differences. And Bill, hey, I did get your Facebook message. I appreciate that. And I apologize to you. For being
Bill,
about
I think you're
a
cancer on the fucking business, you piece of shit, just like James and Roger Gleason.
Well, it was because
never mind.
The pay thing about how douchebag Roger Gleason basically just fucked me over and then threw me to the side.
So he didn't get Bill Hagelman because for free.
Well, what it was, that was
Bill undercut you.
Yeah, I always thought Bill undercut me,
for zero.
And to Bill's credit, Bill actually sent me a very lengthy Facebook message, and I'm hard about responding back to people on Facebook because I hate it. I don't like going on there.
Sure.
And I never said anything back, but Bill explained the situation and just basically told me flat out, so that's not the circumstance. He explained everything. He didn't understand why Gleason was doing this. And basically what Roger Gleason did, it was you either work for me or you work for no one. You need to quit anarchy. And then he threatened to blackball me with Bill Barron's about, I don't remember what that was for. I was like, fuck you, guy. It's just, he's a
we'll get that. Well, you should feel good because from what I understand, Bill Hazelwood tries to stay as far away from the business when he leaves the show and really doesn't try to get involved in anything. So you should feel good that he cared enough to come and talk.
Right, exactly. And I always liked Bill's person. I mean, granted, he will wear you out. It's like he does 15 lines of coke and down 17
Do another bump, Bill.
Do another bump. And it's just, it's
like a chicken on coke.
Exactly. And he'll wear you out. It's like, dude, you've got to slow down and just shut up for 5 seconds so I can process what you just said.
Yeah.
But he's a nice guy.
Yeah. All right, so I learned,
he really is. He used to come out of my old job.
I learned,
and just say, hey.
It's irrelevant. I learned, and I'll tell you why I say this. I learned this from watching the first 2 parts with Eddie Rich. If I don't cut him off, he will go. So I've got to keep you in check.
I like hearing my voice.
I got to keep you in check, Andy. So though I do think the last guy we got to touch on that heat came from your first two-part safe house was Bill Barron's, who contacted me.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything from him?
Good Lord, no. You know that motherfucker ain't gonna say anything to me.
He contacted
He's
me.
not my friend on Facebook. He's not gonna contact me. None of his people that know him say anything.
He contacted me and he said,
He's not a pussy.
I enjoyed your interview with Thomas.
Yes.
And then he said, I didn't know you had hateful feelings towards anarchy. And then he said, your opinions aside, respectfully, he's always tried to help people and he still helps people.
What's he trying to help people out of? Money?
I told him, I said, Bill, I don't hate anarchy.
Respect?
You took my question to Thomas out of context because I just asked him why he thinks it is that anarchy had the reputation that you talked about of having, egos. And
it was awful.
cliquey. Yeah, you said it was one of the things that...
It was a great show. I loved going to Anarchy. It was a great show. The talent was good. The houses that when they're running those shows in Helen, it was huge. They're some of the biggest shows I've ever done. But it was like going to a job. It wasn't fun. Like when all of us were traveling together, it was fun as hell. We would load up in the car. Well, you and poor Blake, we tortured the shit out of you guys.
We sure did.
I don't see how in the world y'all put up with it, especially when Blake.
And there came a point that where I didn't, and that.
All right, so who's next on this list?
No, well, speaking of anarchy, Franklin Dove, the owner.
Oh yeah, he got
called me. Oh yes, he called me a venomous prick. Well, everybody knows
that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You should get T-shirts.
I totally
venomous prick.
agree with that.
Venomous prick.
But what are you fucking Mark bitch? I tell you what, you and your wife usually show up at PWX shows. Come on and show up and say something to me. If you want to call me a venomous prick, say it to my face.
Balls Mahoney and Franklin Dove.
Good Lord.
Thomas has more teeth. He has all the teeth.
Thomas has all the teeth.
So he can't be Balls Mahoney.
So, anyhow, maybe New Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe New Jack.
He almost killed someone in Michigan, so he could be New Jack.
Maybe I almost killed somebody in Michigan. You almost killed in Michigan.
The deep fried turkey.
Deep fried turkey.
Well, first off,
you talking about Rhonda Bragg.
No, I was talking about the...
you fell in the pool.
The guy with the chili pepper penis tattoo. Well, first off, you almost killed that poor kid you made walk in a blizzard to get you beer.
Oh, well.
Anyway, Franklin Dove, you're done with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just cross that name off.
Yeah. Let's talk about, when we started traveling together after I shut down for a city.
Okay.
Where we went to and people that maybe we worked with and people that that maybe I like or don't like. Let's
Okay.
go that way.
Okay. Do you want me to take your list and name them out, or do you just want
let's start with, over in Greenville, we started with at Brody's.
Okay,
Right?
Brody's, yeah.
I've always loved Brody.
Big
I
bad
thought Brody
voodoo.
That's actually how I met you guys.
Was working at Brody's.
Because
The breath of death is not a work.
it's not a work. That's a shoot.
But all those guys there were god awful except Brody. I mean,
Right.
And it's nice that he's kind of
that
doing
revolution
anarchy
guy.
and everything. All those other guys are just god awful. But I thought that Brody was always.
I don't know. Spanky for his size, credit due.
Yes.
Have you ever worked him?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, if you did, you would.
Spanky it was off camera. We're talking about people that don't have the body that should be bookers. Spanky, I mean, for his size, he's actually got some intelligence towards wrestling. And if you listen to him talk, I mean, it's actually.
You offended Thomas.
I'm serious.
No, we did.
If you listen to Spanky, then a lot of that shit makes sense. He don't have the look. God almighty, he's got an ass that the Kardashians would love to have. And it's just, I don't know, it's...
But he's never drawn a dime.
Because of his look, he's not going to go places. I mean,
he won't even draw a dime at HVW, he won't draw a dime at Brody's, he won't draw a dime at NCW. What is he there for?
Then I'm going to steal some words from you. Passion. He loves the wrestling business. That's why he does it.
That's not passion.
No, he loves it. And that's why, all of a sudden when Brody shut down, Spank disappeared off the face of the earth, and all of a sudden, boop, he pops back up there in Hendersonville with Mike Madden and Boomer. And, he loves it. I mean, granted, and some of these guys aren't the best in the world.
Well, if that's what you want to book, that's fine. I mean, this is
Well, you don't need no
this
booking.
is like
It's free
this is
to
just
show
like
up.
fucking upward. It's like upward basketball and shit. Everybody's
Exactly.
playing.
Everyone gets a trophy.
Fuck that shit.
Here's your
Okay,
participation rating.
and that's the difference between me and everyone else.
Well, that's it.
Okay, so
pay
let's
your
start
guys.
with
What
Brody's.
happens?
Yeah. I think that was. I mean, Brody's the main one. I just want to say that I didn't think anybody else ever.
I owe, and it maybe was a secret, but it shouldn't be anymore, and I vocalize this over and over again. I owe a lot to you, but I do owe some to Brody, too. Brody has a really good mind.
Yes,
Brody
got
not
money.
only taught me a lot, but he gave me a platform to perform on, to perfect my craft, and to allow me to work some of the guys that you booked me against, like Matt Stryker, Collection AT.
We did some great stuff there. I really enjoyed that period.
It was
That
fun.
was good. That was a lot of fun.
When Alex Stone, and I know you got a lot of heat with that guy, but when he came in and did the bullying gimmick with Dexter, that was fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Dexter while we're at it.
Okay.
Okay.
What about
Let's talk about-
nobody
let's talk
does
about-
the nerd gimmick better than you.
And what's that guy that works at the Fed that tried doing it?
Eugene?
No. Percy.
Oh.
Percy Watson.
Percy Watson. That is an absolute stinking ripoff of
Nobody
Dexter
in
Poindexter.
the world can do a better nerd than Dexter Poindexter, a.k.a. TJ.
But instead of that, you decide to do team action.
Which became a pretty good success for what it was.
Well, I mean, how long? You can't have longevity with like Eugene, those characters.
Right.
I mean, same thing with Dexter. I mean,
We made Dexter a special
it's
guy,
a special
character.
special bit.
Novelty.
And what
I
I
thought
love,
he did it. I thought he did a good job with it.
he was the best at it.
He was, absolutely.
But he held you back. It's
But man, that's my brother. Would you have told Matt to cut Jeff loose? Maybe you would have, but would Matt
I
have
probably
done it?
would have.
Would Matt have
I
done
would
it?
have told anyone if I thought that they had more talent and something was holding them back, would they have changed?
But would Matt have done it? No, man. Blood is thicker than water. That's my brother, dude.
Well, I understand that.
And we had a damn good time.
And the thing I loved about when TJ did the Dexter gimmick was as soon as he put those suspenders on, he was not TJ Mack. He was Dexter. He would go around the locker room and annoy the shit out of everyone. He was like Screech.
He's great, yeah.
I'm saying, but no, as soon as the suspenders went up and the glasses went on, there was no more TJ Mack. It was straight Dexter, and just his voice would change.
He's gonna be on stage.
Completely in character, and that was absolutely brilliant. Everyone loved Dexter. Everyone.
Well, he was not you for certain, talent-wise. What about CWF?
Mid-Atlantic?
Yeah.
What about it?
Let's go through the names of people.
Hey, you're the one that's got the
That's
stuff
fine,
you want to
yeah,
air.
let's see.
I was gonna say I can think of your list already.
Joey Sylvia.
Joey Sylvia and Cyrus.
Oh,
Well, Joey.
Well, let's go through your list.
My list is like, I didn't even think about Joey. I didn't think about Cyrus. I mean, Cyrus I had some trouble with at one time, but I mean, he's a family man now. He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the real cancers up there, like Brad Stutz.
Okay.
Ow.
Let's talk about that fat piece of shit.
Okay,
Man,
let's.
Him and his wife, Katie, and nasty. Can you
He always
imagine
bowed
doing-
down gracefully.
Can you imagine two of them fucking? It's like two manatees. Okay, so Brad Stutz is not a booker up there. Him and
Is
that,
he?
you remember that? Yeah, you remember that little old the Weasley Grant guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking staff.
The camera
These
guy,
bitches,
right?
Yeah, these bitches are booking. So
Okay.
no one ain't going anything. Brad's a shitty manager. Fat. I mean, when you weigh 400 pounds, you can't be a manager. I mean, maybe George Crybaby Cannon back in the day did, but yeah, you just can't do that.
Right.
So I mean, he's a cancer. He's a cancer. He's no good.
Okay.
And he says the fat back thing. I mean, all these people like poor Nick Richards. Nick Richards, he's not the best in the world, but he's got some potential, and he should just get away from these bitches.
Yeah.
The whole fat back thing, they were no good. And you see, they had some of the same guys up there all the time, like Kamikaze Kid. You know, that bitch ain't never seen a spot he didn't want to blood. He didn't. He's a Kamikaze Kid. He
Scratch that joke
sucks
off.
ass. He sucks ass. He sucks ass. He's a Kamikaze Kid, no good.
Didn't he end up hurting his neck at one point too?
Oh, I think so. I don't know. It should have happened.
I think when I started going up to CWF, that's when he had a neck brace.
Yeah, well, he's a dickhead. Trevor Lee. Let's talk about Trevor Lee. I have known Trevor Lee.
Trevor Lee. Oh,
I have
wow.
known Trevor Lee ever since he was
I used to change that
5
kid's
years
diapers,
old.
man.
Yeah, I mean,
Wee little kid.
Well, this motherfucker.
Talk about that.
started
That's another
talking
one that's
some-
on gas.
talking
Doesn't
shit.
want to admit
Was
it.
at a damn show at Tashawn's show, and he started like doing that fucking pelvic thrusting shit at me. Well, motherfucker, if you gonna be dancing at me, you better either want to be putting something out or giving it or starting an angle.
He was talking crap
And
to you?
yes.
Why?
I don't know why, because he thinks he's.
Wants to make a name for himself?
I guess so. I guess he's still
I got
pissed
some
off
good
that
story when Thomas is dead.
that I never pushed his daddy right. See, there's so many of those guys from the Omega days, the lower card guys. They thought, oh, they didn't get paid enough. Oh, that we didn't push him enough. I mean, I was just the money. I wasn't anything. You know, Matt was doing the book and blank for somebody fucking else. But yeah, but there's some people that I tell Matt, oh, maybe not so much of. Yeah, but I mean, Matt Hardy's gonna do what Matt Hardy wants to do.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, so don't fucking blame me. So I don't know this. So he's got a big ego on McKenna. This
Trevor Lee's another one of those guys who is good and has a lot of untapped potential. The problem is he knows it.
Well, he's stupid.
And that's where the ego's coming
He's
from.
stupid. He's stupid that you believe your own shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and so he's no good. He's an asshole. So let's see.
Crossing them off.
Let's see.
Great.
I don't know. Let's see from up there. Do I have anybody else who's up there? Okay, I've already hit Boomer Payne. He wasn't from up there, but then I talked about Norton Lewis. And the
You like Norton?
No, I don't like Norton.
Really?
I don't like Norton.
You didn't talk
Why?
about it.
Because his ass, I mean, he's just a douchebag. He was a douchebag years ago. He always
You
got
talking about UWF or was it SCW or whatever?
UWF and stuff. No,
I like Norton now. Did me and Norton have problems when I was younger?
I could see where back in the day Norton could have been a son of a bitch.
Oh, he was.
I could see it because you could just.
Well, he was just because somebody's changed last year from when they tried to keep my damn guardrails. I mean, that shit. And he'd be like, oh, well, he was going to put my ass one time or something because he thought I called his wife a cunt or something like that. But let me just say this about wrestling and bringing your woman into it. Like, if your woman's going to be a wrestler or a manager or any of that kind of shit.
Keep mine far away from
You
it.
keep them far away or they just go get the heat, okay? They are going to get the heat. You keep the bitches at home.
A lot of people ask me like, oh, like Rebecca doesn't ever go to your shows? No.
No.
Well, why not?
Oh,
One,
and that was one thing that always pissed me off about your brother. He'd bring those damn
all the
skanks.
same time.
Yeah.
That's
all
what
the same
he
time.
never had. Your brother really was very disrespectful to the business, bringing those nasty
I remember like
wars
Katie,
and skanks.
being in the damn locker room.
yeah.
I mean, and your brother, and you did, and I pissed me off that you did not try to enforce it. And
You know TJ.
No, you could have. You could
No,
have. back-
TJ's
No,
gonna do what
that's
TJ's
tough.
gonna do.
Stubborn,
Yeah, TJ didn't care because if you said something to him, it'd be if you came up to TJ and said, "TJ, get your girlfriend out here," it's not. This okay. I understand where you're coming from. This is what she doesn't need to be in the locker room. It's, fuck you, Thomas. Why are you talking to me?
Yeah, well
like
then
this?
I just go get Michael or somebody
Can't talk
to
to
do
TJ
it.
with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's why.
Like that, but what
That's
I'm saying
why
is like,
y'all never
like,
made it.
No, Becca doesn't come to my shows. One, she hates wrestling, and two, the
I mean,
more the girl starts coming, the more your girl starts coming to the shows, the more there's a chance that one of the guys is gonna try to get with her.
Oh yeah.
Like Ricky Reyes.
Guaranteed. Yeah, Ricky Reyes trying to get with Rebecca.
Well, I remember at
And I remember I had to. I was either via text or something. But this is when I was I was fresh in the business, and Ricky at that point Ricky was hot. He was a Havana Pitbull
You weren't
Yeah.
fresh in the business. This was at the AWA
Fresh.
thing.
in the business, and this is when I had to call him down, dude. I was like, how do I do this? How do I handle this? Look, Ricky, the girl you're flirting with.
Okay.
I remember at Anarchy. I think it was Onyx's wife and Brandon Phoenix's wife used to get into it all the time. And all of a
I
sudden-
introduced Brandon Phoenix's wife
Yeah,
to each other.
Because I remember at Eagles, you had the guys' girlfriends or wives, whatever, would bitch at each other and out in the crowd, and all of a sudden the
And it
heat's
still
not on
happens.
the match. Oh, I'm sure it's like, but the drama and bullshit out in the crowd is more important than what's going on in the ring. It's
Yeah, but the best
bullshit.
thing at like NCW was me and Sharon Hawkins, that fat, nasty
Oh
bitch.
God. Mm.
So you said you had a CWF story.
No, about dancing around. I think when it was it was after CWF. I think this was back when with Matt and Jeff were both still under contract, but Shannon wasn't. It was us, TJ, Blake, Matt, Jeff, Shannon, Shane.
You talking about when I got a hold of Casey
McKnight.
Ooh, yeah.
Casey McKnight had
That's
on
right.
a
He's
shirt.
on the contract.
He's developmental now. He's
yeah, man.
Casey had a shirt.
That was the night of Jesse Ortega's wedding.
Yes.
And I was running
That's
the
right.
show.
You were running the show.
And Matt and Jeff
because
and
Jeff
Shannon
Run
and
and
all
Danny
of
were
them,
gone.
They all came up to support
Casey
him.
had a shirt that says, "I'll be your private dancer." And this is back when Thomas was drinking. And it said, "Oh, you'll be my dancer. Give me a fucking lap dance," or something like that. And
I want to dance.
Yeah, Casey basically just said, "Fuck off," but he didn't realize it. Like
And
who you were. You took a drink and threw it right in his face.
Yeah.
Casey jumps up, and all of a sudden, here comes fucking Matt and Jeff and Shane, like, whoa!
Yeah, you got half the fucking WWE.
And all of a sudden, he's like, "Alright, never mind then."
All of a sudden
And
he's
so-
like, I was just gonna dance for you.
it's like, oh, it's cool. It was like, oh, let's all just chill down a little bit. But yeah, that was my CWF
It's
about
also,
the
isn't
dance.
that like Thomas ate a chicken wing off the floor?
Oh God!
Oh, and I was
a
doing the
chicken
thing.
wing.
Remember I was on the floor like doing the.
You were
snow
so drunk,
angel.
you were doing snow angels like in the middle of Applebee's, and then you roll over and see a chicken wing, and you go, chicken wing. It was a funny
Oh,
shit.
and that's the night I ate the newspapers in the car.
Yeah.
Ken Magnum was driving.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
No,
Ken was in the
no.
middle.
I was
You were
driving.
driving.
It was
Yeah.
back when I had the expedition. We were coming back from CWF. And
Ken was hot.
Matt wants to go out to some strip
Oh,
club.
it's over in Greensboro.
It was Greensboro, and it was.
We got lost.
No, we didn't get lost. So we were going the fuck home.
You took the wrong
you were drunk. Yeah, it's that.
Nobody wanted to go with you.
It was. Okay, I'm gonna use your notebook. I'm not gonna tear it up. It was. You're sitting there with all your fucking free newspapers that you accumulated on the trip. All 700 fucking Tryon mini newspapers. Oh, you go to a gas station. Oh, free newspapers. I'm gonna get these. Oh, apartments for sale in Raleigh. Okay. So we're going down the road, and all of a sudden, like you and Matt are exchanging text messages. Well, Matt's at exit 26. We're at 143. No! And you take everything, you start ripping everything up, and Ken Magnum's bitching about having to go to church, and you throw the papers and you pipe at his Ken right.
The church is not the thing to tell me you want to.
I remember that was the trip from hell. That was also when Blake got his cramp. You remember that?
He started driving.
It hurts!
Yeah.
The cramp!
He dry humped him.
He was dry humping because he was bitching.
But yeah,
It was like Peter Griffin.
I guess we go ahead and admit that. I remember being up in the front. I think I was in the front with ER, and we while
That's
you
why
were
we
in
had to
your-
put you in the back seat because you
Yeah.
were bitching.
While you were
so
in your
damn
while you were
hard.
in your tantrum, I remember
Yes.
ER worked a way to get off the wrong exit, so we didn't have to go.
Exactly.
That was funny.
I haven't thought about that in a long
That's a
damn
good
time.
That's a great
That was
show.
like a How I Met Your Mother episode.
It was.
Man, that was awesome. Speaking of Ken Magnum, he's somebody who was always very content to be a big fish in a small pond.
Yes,
Sure.
very.
He could
very.
never be, but he didn't have the mindset to be the big fish in a big pond.
Ken,
And that's why
nervous
he had trouble working with me. Because he
because
didn't like
you take him out of his comfort zone.
Yeah.
he didn't want to play second fiddle to like the better talent.
Sure.
And I mean, I was trying to get him up to that level, but he didn't.
When Ken and Ken, I'll say this to your face.
We used
even
to
though
run
I've
together
seen you
with Ken too.
Exactly. Ken used to travel with. I thought Ken.
I like him.
Ken is a great worker.
He doesn't like me anymore. I'm not sure why.
And I haven't talked to Ken in a long time. Me and him kind of got into it, but Ken was the best worker at APW. Ken was the best worker at HVW. And all of a sudden, you see potential in Ken, and he'd work one match at Anarchy and fuck it up.
Because he got nervous.
Because he would get
He would
nervous.
try to do stuff that he wasn't comfortable with.
Exactly.
I would always tell him, I'd be like, Ken, what you do, like what you did at APW last week is perfect. Don't go outside the box, man. I would always tell him, I was like, the reason you're here is because what you've done.
That's what brought you to the dance.
Yeah, keep doing it.
Remember, you guys vouched for Ken and got him on. I don't think it was a dark match. It was a match against Adrian Hawkins when I first started Anarchy, and Ken came down and fucked it all up against Adrian Hawkins, and it was like, why the fuck did you guys bring this guy down here?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? And it was like. Everyone's worried, like, sorry, I didn't know he was going to fuck it up.
And for a while, like, me and Ken used to go around and work a lot, and it was given he was going to box at least 2 spots.
That was the running joke. There's one, there's another one. But I think now he's working for Gleaton. I guess he's doing good.
He worked last night. He worked in he worked a main event against Brady Pierce, and then it turned to a 6-man.
For Glee?
No, for a 3 count.
The Pickens thing?
Yeah.
Oh, is that Smeedy in there?
Yeah. I like Smeedy. He's a good guy.
Remember next?
Oh, speaking of, let's go back to Anarchy for a minute. Let's talk about Jeremy Vane.
Okay.
Piece of shit.
Let's talk about Jeremy Vane.
Fuck him. Okay, that's enough.
Was that it?
Thanks for coming, Jeremy.
Fuck him. I remember when he
Thanks for trying out.
when he was
Fuck
working,
him.
listen, I remember when he started. I remember when he started getting booted down Anarchy and stuff. I could say some things, but I'm not going to. He's a married man now. Okay, let's talk about people for my gouge and stuff. I don't like Fat Dory.
Okay.
Jimmy Jack Funk Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. He always had like this huge
But he's
ego.
got Fat Dory now. He's not fat anymore. He lost weight, but he's a piece of shit.
I always
Nobody
wondered
likes him.
why there's someone that he hadn't done anything. I guess because he was training with George, he would ride around with
Why
kids.
does everybody think that if you train with George?
Oh,
Simmons,
you're talking about
actually
Dory
know
Funk?
something?
You're talking about
Dory,
the
Jimmy
cowboy?
Jack Funk Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
No,
You like him?
I think you had to be
Fuck
around
no.
him because when
Well,
me and
I
Buck
will
were
admit,
around
at first I didn't like him.
No,
Yeah.
I
He
know
was
most
fat, I didn't
people.
like him. He was
Most
a
people don't like him as it is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like
I like him
he
now,
acts
but
like a
I think it's because he
douchebag.
made an effort to be my friend. And it's kind of hard to be my friend at first.
Yeah, it is. You're
I
a douche.
don't open up. I don't let people in. And he made an effort, and I like him, man. He's a good
Because I remember
guy.
Tyson used to shit all over him too.
Now
Yeah,
he's-
they touch. Not anymore.
I can't wait for the Tyson stuff.
Not anymore.
I can't wait for the Tyson stuff.
Let's see who else I don't like. Let's talk about the Goonies. Let's talk about the Goonies.
Oh.
I like Rise. Okay,
Yeah, I like
Rise.
Rise.
Extreme. I think he's extremely
I
talented.
don't have any issues with.
Derek Rice, shave
BJ.
your head. You're going bald. Just shave it off.
BJ's only problem is he is dating the biggest cunt on God's
The
earth.
greatest thing that Thomas Simpson ever said about BJ Hancock was BJ used to be tight with us, used to run
It
with us.
was part of the
And then
crew.
Thomas goes, BJ ate himself out.
You
of the
ate
group."
yourself out of the
Yeah,
group.
he did. But
Because I'm-
and now he's with Hosey.
You remember when
Fucking Hosey Case. That's a nastiest cunt on God's screen. That
We were-
nasty. Josie, you a fucking nasty
Venomous
cunt, you know.
prick.
venomous prick?
Who? I mean, I know you hadn't fucked me. I'm sure you wanted to, but I know you're trying
sure
to
you
fuck
want to.
everybody else. You nasty whore.
You remember when we were in
And I can't
Indianapolis?
believe that bitch. I cannot believe that she is now managing as Josie Michaels. That's sacrilege.
That is sacrilege.
That is sacrilege. You nasty cunt. At least the only way reason
Shawn
you're in the business
Michaels.
is because your mama makes good gear. Otherwise, you need to get out.
That's where I get my gear from.
Yeah, that's right. Lost
bitch.
it. Yeah, lost mom.
Shawn Michaels.
Oh, and Law, I hate you too, you sorry piece of shit. Fuck you. I done tapped you out enough times. Remember we beat the shit out of him in Ethan Case? I hate
Oh, yeah,
both
they're
those
Brody.
bitches.
I was there on
I
that.
hate, no, we did the SWA for David.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, speaking of other people, Wicked.
Wicked.
David Ryman, you nasty redneck piece of white trash shit. Fuck you. Fuck
There goes
you.
another bridge.
Yeah, well, I hate Law. I hate Ethan Case. I hate Wicked.
Why do you
I
hate Ethan
hate-
Case so much? I've always wondered that because you have had
Why
a
not?
severe disdain
Why not?
for Ethan. I know. I'm just
He
curious.
makes you hate him.
Why not? Because he thinks
He
he's
comes
better
off
than he
wrong.
is.
He
Because
does.
he thinks he's better than he is. He's never drawn a dime. He's never backed it up. He's a fat piece of shit. I mean, he's a whoremonger. He's a liar. He's a piece of garbage. He sucks ass. He's a pussy on top of it. And I hate pussy. Y'all know this. And he's a pussy. I'm
Wait.
sorry. I do not like
Let's get back on track though. We were at the Goonies.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's it. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Rocky Star, Mike,
That's a character.
Mike.
I don't like Mike
Clown.
Clown.
Yeah, well.
And you know who I hated,
Who?
but now I actually like?
Fucking BoJack.
Is that weird?
Fucking
like him? Why
BoJack.
do you like him?
Hi,
You know
BoJack
Yeah,
is
he
a cool
spent it at my
guy.
house.
He did what?
Yeah, it was me, Kirby, BoJack, and Rise. We all
he's a cool
partied
guy.
and crashed. BoJack is a cool fucking guy, but
No,
you didn't
he
know
is
him.
not.
No, he
Yeah,
changed,
he
man.
is.
He changed.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Is it because
he-
he had kids or something?
I don't know what it
Maybe,
is.
but
I know.
he sent out this big apology thing to everyone, saying, "Hey, I'm sorry
Well,
for
the
being a
bitch
prick."
ain't done it to me.
Well, I got it.
And that motherfucker, and I mean that motherfucker, bitch hadn't done it to me.
But BoJack
And
is
he
a
tried
cool
to
fucking
put,
guy.
he was trying to give, he's another one who wrote his let his mouth write a check it was not willing to cash.
Well, the thing that I hated BoJack for the longest time, and I'm not going to get into it, it was with another guy.
And his fiance,
yes.
baby mama, wife, whatever you call it. I know you
and yeah, exactly. I don't want to go because
I
I was like, you motherfucker, write you off automatically.
Has gotten to the point, Thomas,
totally
now where that so many people have threatened to kick your butt that you just don't listen to it anymore.
Yeah, really.
Why would I be afraid of these people? What am I afraid
hit?
of? There's been one person that ever hit me.
And he admitted it on camera.
I did it out of love.
I didn't feel it, but I didn't.
We were drunk as hell.
Oh man, you
I didn't
knocked glasses off his face.
It didn't register, but still. I'm not worried about it. This is wrestling. These are wrestlers.
Yeah.
They talk shit and are not willing to back it up. I'm sorry. That's
Michael Judas apparently is.
Yeah, and he went to jail once, and he's like, can't get within so many feet of.
No, that's all been ironed out. There was an agreement, and everything's kosher.
Yeah, but the motherfucker did it again. He had to go to jail.
Well, I mean,
the howler big time. Okay, so I know the details. So I mean, I'm not worried about it. What am I worried about?
I'm just wondering.
You don't think I couldn't defend myself if I had to?
Not against the likes of some of these guys that you've pissed off.
Who
You've
are the
pissed off a lot.
Who are the likes of some of these guys? Who are some of these guys?
Well, I think Jeff Lewis would probably.
Jeff Lewis is a South Carolina State wrestling champion.
I don't give a flying
rat's ass. Just a lot bigger. He's not the Nighthawk anymore. Just a big fucking guy now.
Yeah, okay. And how good is that against a weapon?
Is he gonna shoot him?
If I have to.
Oh, well, see.
Okay.
Dirtiest player in the game.
You defend what you have to, y'all.
Steam in his eye.
Yeah, I mean, you do what you have to. I'm not gonna let somebody just come up and start beating on me.
Exactly.
Jeez.
There was
not unless you pay for it.
Let's pay. Yeah.
I will.
Played the David Allen Co. I was in the Whips and Thing. She was in the Pain. Yeah.
Okay.
Song.
Yeah, but I'm not worried. What am I worried about? What am I worried about?
Thomas exposed to me, one of the guys that I have heat with or don't really like, exposed to me that he's done some custom work. And that made me happy to hear.
Oh, is it like the Brad Attitude thing where his head was photoshopped into gay porn, or?
No, he did real custom.
Oh, it was real
Thomas,
custom.
No.
Oh, I have a list. And I may even, if some people don't pay me out, I'm going to make a website. Let me speak about people that owe me.
Let's talk.
Money. Let's talk about people that owe me money. People that I had to bail out a financial thing.
Let's talk.
Oh, God. That's got to be a damn list for you.
No, it's not. It's very simple.
Really?
I don't loan people money. Neil Nitro owes me money. Because, that's what happens when you marry a rat. When we talk about guys.
He doesn't owe you money for wrestling.
Huh?
He doesn't owe you money for wrestling.
It was for personal things.
He owes me money for personal things.
I got you. Okay.
So, now he owes me money for personal things. So, you marry the guys, do not, if you want to fuck a rat, that's fine. Use a condom. Do not knock them up. Do not, but by all means, do not marry the cunts. Because they're nasty. And you talk about Mudblood from Harry Potter. That's like fucking
Mudblood.
He married Scumblood. So anyhow, and and that's somebody.
We're gonna go back to
I found out some shit on his wife. She's crazy as a shithouse rat. And I found out some shit, and so she got all upset. And so now he won't talk to me because she says so. That's a pussy, and I don't like pussy.
You know what?
Let me talk about somebody else.
I have a Batman movie that you gave from him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I still got the Batman. The old Adam West, Cesar Romero. I've got that. I should have brought that.
Yeah, that's okay. You can keep it.
Okay.
No. So, Jason Blackman. You remember Jason Blackman?
Yes, I remember Jason Blackman.
Okay, he went like fucking crazy.
Yes,
This
yes he did.
Went, wow.
He ended up thinking you were his second savior run, and
because I remember there was always the great debate in the Anarchy.
I paid some of his phone bill. I noticed his electric bills. I paid electric bills.
The thing was, who do you hate more,
Jesus.
Jeff Lewis or Jason Blackman? Jason Blackman won by a landslide. In the Anarchy,
guys.
Yeah, the guys. I mean, this is about from the Wild Side tales trickle through. That was always big. That was there. Who do you hate more, Jeff Lewis or Jason Blackman? Jason Blackman. And it was like no one liked Jason, and I guess I kind of bit into hearing the tales of Jason because no one liked him. He was stiff in the ring.
I like his brother Steve.
Yeah, Steve Blackman. He had Lethal Weapon. He was good.
Yeah.
Until that night at Hooters that we all went out and he got piss-ass drunk, telling us that he loved us, hugging all over us, like, damn, he found a fucking personality in the bottom of the beer bottle.
Of people that owe?
Good God, yeah, pretty much that's it.
Okay.
As far but Owen then just had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
Oh, absolutely.
When I mean, it's just using.
Absolutely, yeah.
Especially when I'm paying to support your family.
Right.
That you're too fucking
Well,
sorry.
it's your family now.
Well,
to support.
let me ask you this: why? Because we talked about this when on my safe house. You are so giving, notoriously giving, and people will take advantage of you. And honestly,
not anymore.
Well, I know, yeah, not anymore. But us included, because I remember, and this was something like we would go out, and all of us would have the mindset: we're gonna fucking drink a lot. Tom's gonna pick up the Tom's gonna pay for it.
And then guys,
let me just say this. But let me tell you this. Think about it like this, and I didn't mind that so much. Let me tell you why. How much you getting paid to go do the wrestling?
Not enough.
You weren't getting paid at all.
Yeah.
Think about all those times. Think about all those times that I but
you weren't the promoter. You
I got
helped us. I know, but you helped us along the way.
But you watched my other episode. What I think about promoters who survive on not paying people.
Right. Exactly. There's
what I think, but what I think about it.
But it's...
What do I think about it?
What
does Thomas Simpson think about it?
Flushing down the damn toilet.
Okay.
You're horrible.
So there you go.
But
so there's my...
You went above and beyond the call.
But I loved y'all.
Oh, I
loved y'all. That's
why to help us out. And really, and I'll say this straight to your face. I apologize because there's, like I said, a lot of times we took advantage of you.
I understand and I appreciate that. But you don't have anything to apologize for. I never thought...
That's why I didn't apologize.
That's why... I never thought of you as being someone who ever used me. I never thought that I did or put my all into helping you out.
Yeah.
I never felt like I did because I didn't, and I guess it's because I saw an announcer as being a different talent than a wrestler. I didn't see an announcer as being something that this is going to be a huge star one day. I mean, not that announcers can't be. They can't. But fucking Howard Finkel. I mean, he really is a influential person in business. So I mean, I didn't think it was right for us to go, fucking long trip and me not pay for the. I got y'all booked, not pay for the gas, and y'all weren't getting paid anything like CWF, and to me it was like making sure y'all got paid.
You took care of us.
I did.
Absolutely.
It wasn't just us though. It would be guys that, I don't know, you do it for Jesse Ortega.
But see,
it depends on if I want to end up booking them or not.
Because I remember what it was.
And then I promise you, if somebody I did that like that and whatnot when it came time to want to book them, I lowballed them on the cost. Okay.
Because I remember because we would count on, you would pay for gas, you would pay for booze, wings, everything, but God forbid if some other sorry son of a bitch ever tried getting you over, if it wasn't one of us, it was fucking death to that guy. And we were extremely, it was a catch-22 again, because I felt like we took advantage of you, but we would kill someone outside of the group.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't want anybody outside.
We'd be like, Thomas, why are you going to say
exactly, why? Why is this so big?
To people. You can be nice to people. So.
As he scratches another name off the list.
I can't wait for that.
Oh, you ready to talk about Nick Fury?
I want that.
You want Nick Fury?
Let's hear it.
Oh my God, we're talking
about
him.
He did not train me.
You want to talk about, Nick Fury's biggest problem is he's another crazy one like Chris.